down. I say cellulable. Check their caninos. Shongchu Sancho Rinpoche Ma Shiba Shiba Nyamba Meba Don Kone Kont Pera Yo Benda Sato Sa Mani Balaya Benda Sato De Nobody Trouble Supukayo me bhava naroto me bhava sarvasadananda Tsutam shuraya guru hon ha 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 ho ba Tatangartam bendra mame mamtam bendra ba Samaya sado Zong zi bo jian zhi qiao ni dong tui ji long dong nian bon tang a. Nok zhi tam ba bi ber der yu jian kun di chu ge to ho long qian. Zhi mi wo zi xia lang gu xia ran za gong ji to huan po a xian ji lo. Chuo man chu ji yin ji po rong ni zi zong song ji gan ji. Rong san chu gang ang si dan zi bo za la ma xia la so ran de do song zho wo la na chu la yer. Si sim du nga jen zha che jin chen nyar song me bong xio la jia la zo sem chen tam de nyar de dong chen. Tam ban nam je nun te zar de su. Good morning. Before to start, we need to generate bodhicitta. Samba hyongchun chok san pye dina chok samba kornondan ha chong kar chimbo chu tamche ke yima zaba dongbo nda samba zona sadon lang yung zon samba ngan sadon lang yung ngan se Samba ngamba te kansong korwa korhi ke ju dunga ke jongkong tandri yand tana samba ngamba ji yan la chewa to yan la mandu pa la so ko tandra ko son lo te chisi yan na kong tata pon chu drib du nyan du kandri yan na hyan dro drma ji mandu na yo ting han tana la samba zombo te ha chong yo ji kar chega Chunyan du drdu yina samba zombo te. Samba zomba kadu yana sa nyang dro ndu hyolan na yite senchen tsona de sona ehe hyo sona ehe zon. De tsen de rong samba dönyon dro. Hyamani devani deva devland ti chöp rong dönyon tindrip hi zojre yang dönyon tindrip hi zoj. Samba zombo te hatjon. Ta samba zombo te chiri jado musang zom seri. Mog chiri jado namjan chuluk se jada luksok nomi mo yarab hyo zom sam zom te chiri jado kale jana tarwa tuzik jutere. Samba zombo yo na hyonchok sen timmate la yule res. Ta semchen tamchi samba zombo se gana hyonchok sen se gana te kare jana Semchen tamchi deva yongwa hyo, hyopo yongwa hyo, dungar tong tandruwa hyo. Semchen tamchi la chi nyering se, nda nyering yan, nda nga nomu yu sanji chido, nda dra yan na san, tsoma la samlo tong tazi jiri, tapa hyo sanji. the Hakyong Karchimbur, Yoni Yongdi. That it did Jiten di Tsendola, Yarndo, the Mindrodo. Ti Samba turned to Munda, Sambala, and then Rotlet did. Tandizo do Chirizu, Korba yon 5 zosores, Nyonde yon 5 zosores. That San La Zonkan Kandejina, Gormore, Namtour, Tatezma, Senses, Karaji, Korba Zonkan Dere, Nyundi Zonkan Dere Sejum, 5 zosores. San La Noto Namba Juna, Korba Lindson, Korba Rendoson, Korba Cham. Sam Kacherizu, Samchen Kutanyan, Sam Jekatejuna, Gamio Tere, Yamnayo Tere, Taru Compondo Him Tere. I'm just talking about the good heart. And before we start, we should to have good heart, good intention, like benefit for others. Very important. When we are any kind of to undertake Dharma activities or any the enlightened activities, the good attention or to have the good mind, hearted, like warm-hearted towards others, it's like in the path, impossible things. Without that, path is not really good. Therefore, in the text say, if you have good heart, then your path result is very good. If you haven't got good heart, like hated heart or negative heart, then is the path and levers are not good, like samsara. This is the obvious truth, and generally we, in the Buddhist point of view, Buddhist science, to research all this phenomena of the outer, inner, everything is, there's no creator. You are nobody's created yourself. I'm nobody's created myself. I haven't got my mind. Maybe I can't get the form, body, speech. Due to my consciousness, my mind, then is enter some materials, then I can to become like this. And therefore, and all the phenomena is actually appearances, outer, inner, produced by the mind. Then we're coming back to say, which mind? Mind, we cannot to say like this. The creator mind is thoughts. Absolutely thoughts. Even the now modern science, for example, they are checking, they call the habitual patterns. Patterns to kind of the produce futures. Of course, they don't accept the karma, but this pattern is definitively for futures. And the patterns to making you good or bad, the like a collect of the pattern is mind. To holder also is mind. And user of the patterns also mind itself. And therefore, if we love ourselves, if we want to precisely to take care, we should to take care of our intention or motivation. And therefore, even the Guru Rinpoche, the great masters, it is in the futures, maybe what you will happen is exactly to look in the present your actions, particularly in mind's action. And like this, it is like really very important to have a good heart. If you have a good heart, it can such a benefit even yourself. You have a good heart, you can to make the fulfillment in this life. And the next, the futures, slowly, happy and happy. That is the definitively. And sometimes you say, it's like, if you really have good-hearted, warm-hearted towards to the sentient beings, and you don't need specifically to practice any deities or kind of protectors, they automatically protect you. And therefore, many perspectives very important to have. And also, if you practice any deity, any mentor, any follow the sadhana, any to study it, we need to think, I'm doing this benefit for sentient beings. Even you daily, you're doing something, and like concerning all the my, like kind of the activity during the, like sitting, eating, talking, sleeping, any times, may my activities become the benefit for sentient being. I think it's wonderful that is. This kind of is, look, some good-hearted person all the time is happy. All the time is happy. I give you guarantee, 100, 200, no, 300, 1,000 I can give you guarantee. There's no doubt. If you have something in the mind, tricky, nicky, deceptive, cheating other, politically, and direct, indirect, all the time is something better. 100% we look at this person's life. Kumsa. That is the obvious. And then, if you take care of yourself, even you need good-hearted. Good-hearted of the compassions is really best path, the path of the Buddha. With that, we are studying this text. This text is extraordinary text. Hyonchip Sando Dembi, Tangatsundi Longchen Pak Sonzaka, the Jungkong Tasson Telenum, Tattoo. That need a year. Tattoo Yujin Himbo, so. Tanta Tattoo Yujin Himbo Tilla, Toma Geva Lech, Bard Geva Young, Tamageva Juk Turnse, some Yojanoni. Then Bard Geva Young Tilla, Bard Geva Young Tilla, Tombo Chere se changina, Tour se change. Ron Yen Tsuma Tour, Dumali Tour. And Tour se chere to Dumali Tarnroger. The Trohik, Jothe Carriages, Te Tela, Jerezudo, Nilu, the Tumbo, Nilu Kumotobas. Otatela Jerezudo, Nilu te Candide Sena, Nilu te Mingla, Jerezu Dramanda, Chev no Arambazina, Chogundu, Rung Ripadina, Chogure, Yon Pumbakadina, Chogole, Donna Tanala Trohik. Chalot yoleres, tati trohit chalote, shola yog mare, non la yogre. Sonji chum dendig trohi, semchen tamche dungali tachi gjish. Shola zarni manye pare, ta non la zarzere, no sang tola zarzere. Sonji chum dendig seng chunye, tate no chev no atambazina, tere, tatuk nilu tatu sage, teredo. Tati tortus, dungali tortusera. Techerezudo Kandi Yolere, Kana Yolere said, Katson Gar Cheshu Chigla. Nilute Chu Tamchi Mepa Chigla Yogmari. Perna Cherezudo Chig Tegaron Hegan. Mupo Kondo Kona, Sa do Ra Hin Sodo Nanka Turn Yeda Sumalaya. Could Nilu Yolere. Nilu made you. Tana Tabo, Tinilu Tedon, Sang Nilu Niga Chepa Yoga Ure, Siona, the Yoyuri. Sang Tajil Hegana, Shuruk Nidder, Jigger Rava Conchon the Dotsoma, Sang the Humsre Mato, Shurul Zabanyan Yoga. Unihena, the Dotsomati sang Pachap either. So do sang Nilute, Shuruk no materid. That they Mankanayo, Shurukilla Yunayo, they corona Jeridu, Chuni Julie. The Jeridu Kachen or Longchen Zoni Hiona, Mupo Pena, the Jose don Rodon Dola Sopala, Chuni Yojitedo, sang Chuni Nigala Chepajo. Chun Inse, Chuji, Chuni di Chani Yolemarte, sang Chuni Tela, Thundu Wosarkas, Thundu Wosark Chuja, Dola Godon Yeh. Bena Natsu Sando, York Uponiga Mandakale. York Upola, Godon Yexage, Hakujiji, Dona Arara Sejiji, Yana Tujichi Singaji, Mu Yulman. San Corona Tanala Chechu Danziji, Tatanda Chinago, de Duke Sorba, Yon Tumkent. Son Jinro de Godon Yekiku Yonte Ronchis Yoju, the sang Chunik Chechunan, sang Chunido, Upu Chuniga Mato. Chunit, Mamaka Chunit Sage Tingoni, Hiena, Chepa Patsan. Chug Chunito, Sangu Chunigant. Yena Yontang Chanit and the rest. That teacher is the Troshi Mama would tell it. The Indu Tatering, Jerido, Katsun Uche, Janu to take the drawers. Janu to take the drawer the heart, John Carchum. Jan, you know, says Jan Katsun Tana Mumbo Song. Jerido, Ndra Mumbo Jolireson. That Dickaps Katsu Tombo, Nimpa de la Nyamno to take Sagitary. Nyamno to take in Gamba, Uni Chu Nyamlan, Desama Topunyam. Then Chayuna, some song of Desama Topunyam, the young Yolirete, the Zaza Mazuna, you Govarloni. Jerido Mundupes, Jicayons is over the De la Yomo Tahi to take the Trona depend. I'm just to say we are studying these books, and also this book's title is, we say, is like the ultimate wish fulfilling essence, and in Tibet is like tatukse or nilukse. Niluk, yesterday we say it's like the fundamental realities, and tattoo is here is the ultimate, and anyway. We are talking about the liberation. Oh, I need liberations. Where you need liberation? I need liberation from suffering, disturbing emotions, unpleasant things. I want to free from that. Okay, maybe we say it's like there is liberators. Okay, what is the liberator? Who is the liberators? And then we need to research. For instance, Buddha also, he concerned that when it's like he was young, emotional, same as we are. Then it's like he wanted to find some things to make liberation. Of course, his mind is completely different than we are, but more concerning others. And who can do liberation from this suffering? And he's searching externally, and long times. He couldn't find any. And then he researched inside, in the mind, and then he discovered we have this potential. And that potential to make the liberation for ourselves. And also we make liberation ourselves and such a benefit for others. Okay, you found inside in your mind. And some disciple, sentient being, asked to him, can I do like this? Oh, exactly. He's talking about the fundamental reality and the nature of the realities to any single phenomena in doubt. They have this. And even the rock and tree, valley, mountain, lake, ocean, sky, sun and moon. There is anything phenomena, no existence without nature. Wow, that is the wonderful thing. And then it's like maybe there is different strange questions can arise. And maybe it's to say, okay, then mind nature and phenomena nature, what is the different? There is the different. Once, if we say it's like, for example, like 37 practice of Buddhists are the same as the quoting. Whatever appearance is you perceived, whatever mountain, rock, tree, sun, man, all appearances is actually produced by the mind. Same as in the dreams, you have such varieties phenomena that is produced by the mind. Then mind is pervaded. If I'm saying it's like, oh, I see the mountain. Oh yeah, this mountain's nature, how it is. Oh, this mountain's nature is my nature, same. I see some mountain. This mountain is, you never see it. Never. For example, maybe it's like we can say, this is true. I see things, you see things, it's the same, similarities. That I'm a little bit elaborating in English. And it's completely different. You look at the one object. For example, I could say, maybe your mom. Before often say, you perceive this lady is your perspective, my mom. Maybe your father to say, my wife. Her brothers, my sisters. One object perceived totally different. And therefore, this external, this object, there's no certainties. Maybe kind of similarity, but completely different. Therefore, in the dream we have, and mountains, oceans, valleys, sun, moon, but they are no existence, only the produced your minds. And therefore, phenomena actually there is nature's your mind. Okay, that I don't believe. Okay, there is. And that my question is, phenomena's nature, mind's nature is, what is this? Oh, there is the different. Phenomena's nature is nature. And these natures hasn't got gayas and wisdoms. But this nature, there is the nature, because water's nature is never ever cannot damage. Waters can become dirty, water can become clean, water whatever, water become earth, water become fire, water become rock, water become sun and moon. Why not? There's no restricted, no like kind of fixated, because of the nature. But this nature's our mind's nature different. For example, phenomena has nature, but they haven't got cognize. And these phenomena, if we break, they never say ouch. And if we give present, they never say thank you. But they have. But our mind is totally different. Mind has the nature, that is the true, but the luminosity aspect different. Mind is like right now we have cognize, consciousness, and the receiver of the happy and sorrow. And when it's like in the nature, its reality itself has such a quality of the kayas and the wisdoms. All the Buddha's qualities, radiance. Yesterday we say it's like supreme radiant youth. Youth is maybe phenomena, but this phenomena is totally extraordinary, sublime, radiance of the kayas, radiance of the like this, and therefore, we say liberator is in your mind. And that is we call the fundamental nature, and that is we call the ultimate. That is like this. Then in the main text, and there are first procedure producing. They're talking about the how it is the fundamental nature, and how you can to account if you are account that your fundamental nature totally liberate, instantaneously, one single moment liberated. Even if you accumulated trillions years negative, disturbing emotion and negative things, if you really to encounter one moment, you can to make liberate all of them. And you are totally transparent, lucidity, and someone's call you Buddha. And Buddha or not Buddha, that is Buddha. And like this, that is like say. Now it is the second one, is the liberation open. Encounter the meditative experience. That is yesterday. This meditative experience, there is particularly circumstances is bliss, clarity, accept of the thoughts and inconceivabilities. And this kind of circumstances, you don't look direct. Maybe it's making you happy. It's you make the disturbed emotions. Sometimes, I am Buddha. You have clinging, you have attachment, and that is the particular circumstances making you more contaminated. And therefore, this is for the meditators. And then the third one. Today, I think we are on the third or fourth. Third, yes? Fourth. Sambacheng to take the turba. That Jang sage te muni tronson go. That take carriage say change na. Jang member sage the tapa young. Dambu Chushoni, Nyamla Yankan Jig, Jang member the Troshit Jig, Sang non la yogic, Nilu Tatu Pate. Sodo Sayan, Nyalan Pati, Dambu Chusonji jumped in the Jinju, Yudo Juk Somi. That day, did to the ha oguk. Techi Candies oguk. Techilla Zondulensa son, Jang member lip yontanan. That tea canon, Tinian bundant. Teacher is a change and teach trust Patrul rohes. Jang embassy the hot junk. Penachir Jang ambatella, Dungan number sunk gender and say. Dungacher is a Dungal Dungasi. Pashotol, Masho, Mze Potol, Pussy, Tandak. Jig na pitot, jig yon nayon. No matic kahi make sure on a yon jig yon. Kashi shoot drag it, no more. Road Kashi Tompet pull a tender watch, Dungare P. Mason could Dungare Tem to the Yole. Pisho told a pe, the Dungar you Dunga Chapan the Yet you Dunga, Jurva Dunga said, Tunda could Dunga Damanazo, Tangi Josokotego, Candies over Rumi Zogolede. That Candies Dunga Zoo Mutbak, Tandratze. Tandratze and the Candies ogres, Jang to take the thing to Jang and but in tip yona. Ta kandi zogures tela ta chengen batela jerejudo dices lingen da flons sho yurji chengen zimmarcha des dices ta dices na ji gond tom gond ji nyomlen zob kapsi na cho tan da zo che hyunda ji pa nyomlen pal song du gam nyomlen ji desa martok po nyom da ji go hie Ji yung da re yung yole re te yen na yung cham chang la na ji mumbo tse. Ji mixer dani kere do jen ngen ba te lingen da long se se. Lingen da hik. Ji re do chu ka se do on do na drip si dol ji na ji cha ji jemong da ji re yung yole. Ji nge ji ji xian ro ji mbang chao jin dan go se da be ken po shong. Zeni Poshon Jizan Tano. Tachula Tepa, that is short and Dicapsen Remondule. Ling and dop cheese. Ling Namba Jerizo, Serap Toma Mepan, Ling Mageva Mubo, Salver, Teen Jeva, Jerizo, Sendal, Najo, Shoji Yarjig, then Doctor Yomari. Merely read Titsena Ling and dop cheese, chew, thanks up, Sapchimbo, drop young to Tanala. Some like it the show your jang at Zimmer chat, is it? Show your jang and then a sure your show your dinner that in wrong normal in under Jizzy long show in under Tandan Draman Hasola, Tai show Lupo in under Candy in a Nasan Draman Hasol Leon, Norman Draman Hasol main rogen, Jizzy control Johnson Lasso, Tandan Draman Hasol Mombo, Jerizo. Zimma says the chick controller, chick controller, chick. Juntan yonder, Tandan chat this. Delion teg marison, don, tro, go, locks it. Jimayan jig turned out jetral messani. Jadon koi condensation, don, tutini con lock, chop, tandazuna, touches of. Ni palan, con, yonzu masonte. Not don, go chop side, lock one mates as in. That is the don, tro, says. Jalo chagatana kasi, use a gumma, tromba, say on the chagatan tro. Then it jerizudo, then you did jerizudo, mupo, sharse, yoni, jerizudo, dratos on Rachana, tro sagete, sharse, go sagete, monton sani, cogitela says. You sanla, mugo, murisani, oh, Josie Tandizo Kunda. Then it locks it, go lock rojete, borsons, Tandala Gogun. Yomana tam ngamba se ji mundu tam ngamba ji meji ji chu marab dukyor ga do je tanra ke ji mundu tam ngamba ji jere ju do ji mesha chudong se ju ji tanra ke la so pa tanra ke tam ngamba tene on tam ngamba te la je ngamba marab dukyo tata kondo jere ju do dong chu ko lo tanra ke ji mixer te ji jeng and drama na so te choma tam ngamba La sofa no to Mombor, Tandra Yona, Mundu Panaso, Jong Yongs. Yong great, some la Tandra Yond, that chu shepa posiana, Candizogo, res. Mundu Panaso, says Kong Gijerizo, G Don Tro, Golo, Tomne, Jeng, Zimma, Tandra, Mundu Pandrama Naso, Jong Yongs, Yongsug res, Rete, Tak Candizote Torgo, res. I just to say that today's liberation to encountering negative circumstance. I think maybe yesterday we already some parts we done. I want to repeat again this one, okay? Why? Because negative circumstance, we have all the times encountering negative kind of the circumstance. Even that maybe you are very rich, you have everything, handsome, beautiful. Sometimes there are something unbearable. You know, it's like kind of negative circumstances. And maybe inner unhappiness. Sometimes some people say it's like, I have everything, but I have something depressed, anxiety, unhappiness. And this is like kind of the small, very easy. Of course, big kind of the negative circumstances, there are such kind of this thing. And these situations, what can we do? Here it says, as you purify negative actions, there is purifying negative actions. And negative circumstances, when we are received, maybe when you're sick, maybe it's like someone's a robber, or something is like some negative. This one normally is kind of the purification here. For example, someone says, I recited 100 syllables, 100,000. Then after I'm sick, my stomach problem, my head is problem, my back is problem. Maybe it's better to don't do that. That is absolutely much better, because digging, for example, I didn't say in Tibetan, good doctors, really when you have like kind of a very strange sickness, if really correct to give medicines, sometimes medicine go to direct to hitting the sickness. Some is a while you are pain, unbearable things, but this can possess of the cure. And like this, sometimes when we more follow the Dharma, we more practice, more meditate, there is some a negative circumstance can occur, but that is the negative action to make in the purified. Adversity, outer circumstances, adverse, unpleasant. Maybe it's like kind of you losing some families. Maybe you lose your positions. Maybe you like kind of the job, money, how, all you lost. And also everybody looks like not happy you. This sort of adversity, unpleasant, outer circumstances may befall you. Befall, maybe you account this kind of the adverse outer negative circumstances befall you. What you do, for example, we can to look ourselves. Sometimes it's like we have some negative circumstances. We are crying, we are suffering, and we are struggling. And like this kind of how we can do it. You might be subject to insults. Some is like the subject. Maybe it's like kind of maybe your friend. Maybe someone is kind of like beaten you. Assaulted is like kind of like how do you say, it's like tempt or like kind of to put down. And also it's like you didn't done nothing, but they catch you, beat it. Your head is swollen. Everywhere is the mark, blood. What you do? And this kind of, or like kind of the robbery. And robbery is like a direct to come, say, I need your everything. Give me your telephone, give me your computer. No. And we says, maybe we cannot. Others more force, more kind of the powerful. More is like, they take everything. What do you do? In this situation, robberies, thieves is like not direct, indirect. You can't see, you can't hear, they took everything. Like this kind of, like adverse outer, the negative circumstances. And lost. How much lost? For example, someone says like 50 cents I lost. Ooh, it's a crying. Big things lost, how much we have problems. Lost. And also let's criticism. Of course, sometimes we didn't do nothing, but someone so much criticized. Direct criticize, indirect criticize. Then someone says, someone criticized. Why? I didn't do nothing, but they criticize. This kind of adverse outer circumstances. And all manner of the unwanted things, what you do, and this kind of, with kind of the harshening circumstances, very unpleasant, harsh, like kind of the brutal, and it's like kind of the really nasty, this kind of the outer circumstances arrive. What you do, what you can do, I don't know. Maybe you say, I don't know, I want to cry. No, don't cry. Mendo pa naso njong zere ngoi chevas. Huanbi cheva, chardu jengala, suzir ramji, harbi, shipar zalzokwas. Shipar zalzokwa, tenyo la jerji kang non de tipise. Ta troshik mengo, pejo tu gosolemi. Mundo pa naso njongo, tata ka kondo, somba nonjo. Zemak, mundo pa zema, jincho, jigla, naso. Chubu jan jan da chlep yona, ta kari. Zere zina ronum pi do makashi jere do san la dunga yota pa ngum thni me tender prolonged the tunnel pitches in the carm marble doctor tender book zere who be chair and rosso. Pena cherries of dunga zemachiona, neki po, te pamando con yon yamba chipo, yon chipo, tandite on a ta, pishasona, romi zogasa ango gosan, tandrak, zere in a p, zut matapa, tandra chair and rogadu, jenga la suzi rumchi, sharbis, jengamba teki onki, pena shuruk jengamba chiana, cherejo ching, no mandanda, chindamana so juzi longyo. 다지 던지 그 쟁은 바지 제용나 다 텐더부 체르세 체는 쟁은라 수질 야 슈체 체른 로제테 텔라체르도 시파 짤조 시파 농그 짤조 다 둥하테 피짤조 체니 피 생각은 좀 맞다 빠지레 다용 삼청아 체르도 데발라 세초골 데바레레 쩨는 피 히터 추니 노는 파트롤 피在我这里的一个早走的人去下边早走西巴了早走才的走呗大这里就都这些个那么大东啊嘛这弄了皮早走你怎么的呗我跟那个我们都不等着的那都等着的弄个东啊个错吧早走算是对了接着看弄的大个有了人生大这里就都别学就的呢种种看蒙不有了पेरना चेरे से चेंजना जानो लामा चिगों सेंदु जुतेगो तंडरेन सोंजर चेरे जुदो लोबियों गोनोला गोंबनो ट्राबाजु तेंगामा लो कासे इन सुलेबियोंदु 파만 셔차레 시몬이 세거나 다 나마죠 돈으로 살레레 공반이 행 총으로 살레레 다지 두고서 즈 마타 빠치레도 되니 라갱스 디제레 Dungal Tarso Dzogchen Namchi Santilla Partirki Chitando, then Humbu Sortanda Chireson. Debatirado Tital Dzogchen Mobotella Chirki Chitayond, non la sangue chunya, Nilu te Wandras Jorsu, Hondras Pulti Dolere, Tandase Jolere, Perna Chirezo di Tompeci Pulla, ti Tompeti Sarvocholere. Tundru lahi rodot in rosa chigiana, one be gulang chick setule. Penachis the one back sha chick tandis rodotos of Tanizogan, lam not containing the Yonsanga, sounding gootito. Then double chick a chick, young lamp at Tandrach, chew young lamp pachiana, tongue nilu the togana, jen Tandrach go, Yomana Hupachan, Yomana Dumaka chan, Jan chimbo, just lip yonder. Namjang watchan docha, she don't turn Namja Tandaka, Jante Jan Chonchore. Teacher to the chick soup, ni looked at one topsil. Taduma zoom not a patcher and a tedu chick tatana. Jerry to the chick home, ni looked at Sulhondra, but do thing hakot sat. Dunga devare, Chiji Tataka chick, Namjang, Sanla chick, Tachi Chessegre, Deva Yenago, te Tramaton Denzici, Uni Shena Sofaton Chipa Chanjik, Deva Uni Yenlimar, te Dumata Dumari, Tela Cheyodo, te Soma memory, Trondos. Troshi Dumala Tani Tro, New Mumbala Tani Tro, Tela Trondosodu, Tela Chiriti Piso, Kechi Tenya la Ron, Sheni Tema, Tot Sheni, Tomsa Ron Shong, Yeshi. Satok chimbo cha ro son kon tok tenache kechi tenya la chik kechi la cherchi ti koron ko chorno tela dayon koron tegaron sango non la dumma shu chimbo chen koron la tan koron hetsana koron te hetsado dumma seji jere jodo chik shuso la haonjo pena ji gushran dan tanda shuso la haonjo kechi tenya la koron ma ron shani tani Tomba salva ronchon que yesh, sartok chimbo charros, that is the tonsal sage and danda, ronchon que yeshi sage and dina, sartok chimbo sage, to so, there is the nilu sang chunya, the ming tanya something, this is dog on the material. Now I'm just to continue with hashing circumstances, and like it happened. what you going to do, sir? The pain of adversity gradually develops. Maybe it's like adversity. Maybe adversity is like the unbearable sufferings. Maybe adversity, or maybe it's like unbearable happiness. Maybe someone selects, I'm very happy. So why is it? Something, dancing, and it's difficult to bear. Any kind of circumstance. But here is like specifically more like a kind of the adverse, outer negative circumstances. And this kind of occurring unbearable sufferings, what you do that moment here is. It's like kind of the circumstances, the pain of the adversity gradually develop. Like for instance, someone, we can do say, okay, if someone's like disturbed to you, and like this we can to say anger. This person's disturbed to me. And why? Then you slowly to this like kind of, the first time a little bit of anger, then you choose to develop that anger. Anger is full, and then unbearable pains is coming. That is the gradually developed. Or maybe same as the desire attachment. You see something is like the external appearances, but you don't know it, but this make you desire, attach, and then slowly you develop that, and then certainly unbearable things is like happened. Exactly jealous like this. And also it's like a kind of rivalry, all the disturbing emotions. This develops. And here is the particularly not this kind of, that is the maybe small disturbing emotion, like a kind of the anger, jealousy, and desire attachment. For suffering is such difficult to manage. And here is like a outer, like adversity, like a negative circumstances befall like kind of on you. Maybe you are made retreat 3 years, and you done maybe 5, 10 times 100. Maybe still you sick. Maybe you still like kind of big problems. And in this case, what you do? And then inside something to develop. I am suffering. And then is you thinking about the adversity circumstances. It's like kind of negative circumstance. Why I have this kind of... Then slowly, then certainly full of the mind is sufferings. Because gradually, you through your thinking, you through the like kind of concern, you developed, and this suffering is unbearable. And then that moment, that is our circumstances. Now how you can to make liberation that? Therefore, by turning your attention within and looking directly at the full consciousness of the pains. What does it mean? And now it is the pains, the pain of the develop gradually, and then it's turning your attention. You are not kind of the concerning the suffering itself. Now you need to look at the sufferings directly at the full consciousness. Full consciousness means I'm looking at it. Many practitioners, when there are sufferings, I'm looking, my negative circle. It doesn't kind of it's diminished. That means they are not looking direct, fully consciousness of the pains. Fully, really to bring in the front of that is to look at the direct, the pain, suffering itself. It is naturally pacified. The very same instant like same instant. When you are direct to look, suffering is actually, is inside, like they are occurring. It's like kind of the movement of the air, We look at the sufferings, we can't find. But mind is these sufferings, airs to make balloon. It's almost kind of explode. And these kind of sufferings, then we are not kind of looking at the sufferings. Then suffering itself, to look itself, suffering is not source, no budding place, no kind of the destinations. Suffering is like kind of actually soft itself is fundamental nature realities. Looking there like directly, fully consciousness of the pain itself, it is naturally pacified, automatic. You don't need to any antidote applies. To look direct, this is a very, very special, wonderful thing. I think it's benefit for you. And thanks, this is not kind of the religious. You say, I have sufferings. I will pray to Buddha, please can you take my sufferings? Buddha, take my suffering. Absolutely, maybe a little bit, I'm not too sure. Inside you have expectations. Inside full of your disturbing emotion. You have inside full of these sufferings like this. And that is the great methods to direct. Of course, there are some great another methods. And like a kind of such a pity instruction. But that is like maybe more slowly, gradually. This is maybe we can do roughly, we are studying them. There are the commentary, or there are different. Maybe you don't, really you don't take serious. Or sometimes students looks like not taking serious. Because I'm checking, even myself, even the yourself. You have some negative circumstances, you are crying, you are shouting, you are suffering. You say, I am angry, I have jealousy. That moment we need. And of course, first time is coming. And wonderful. You need to first angry. All the time is not angry. Even the someone's you put in your mouth, you say, not become angry, then you are robot, And no, not like this. You need to angry. Angry. The anger is not disturbed. You using anger. You are happy for your anger. You need to suffer. Of course, all the time is to be, you have received delicious, someone is like service you, make a massage and say good things. You are looks like Buddha, like happy Buddha. This is not. Circumstances coming, then is the Dharma. Dharma is that moment needs. Then what is the Dharma? And here in this kind of pity instruction, hard advice by the Longchen Rabjam. It's not the kind of comes from stupid lama, me or someone's, okay? It's Longchen Rabjam to says. And many yogis, sometimes yogis, they need sufferance, they say. Sometimes a lucky person, look for example, Jetson Malaripa, how much he suffered burn into the path. And she's like kind of the robot, everything. Mother, sisters, everything become poor. And his uncles, aunties want to kill him. And this kind of unbearable sufferings come to take a path, look direct. How is it they become the extraordinary human beings? Maybe more than almost 2,000, probably. More than the 1,500 years ago, still we talking about Malaripa, great yogis. Exactly, Longchen Rabjam. They are very poor. They have. Also, it's like no shelter, no food. Sometimes Longchen Rabjam 6 months, just for the food per day, 1 pill. No breakfast, no lunch, no dinner. And this kind of, we have, and like in the morning, how much we are eating. Lunch, dinner, yesterday, and Gonzong, she made dinner. And very delicious. I said, no, I'm not sad. I'm angry, cried. Then later I said, really is like a worst person in this world. And how many years you practice Dharma? And there is such everyday delicious giving, no satisfied. It's too much. And like this, and in this kind of circumstances coming, then we need to use in Dharma, like looking directly at the full consciousness of the pain. It is naturally pacified into the very same instant, then the naturally occurring wisdom, that the wisdom of our awakened minds. And this is naturally. This wisdom is not normal wisdom, primordial wisdoms. That is the empty and clarity. That I think is like kind of our fundamental nature is the essence is empty and quality is the clarity, luminosities. Arise as the great like clarity and purity. And also generally yesterday the essence, luminosity. Essence in Tibet is like kind of the moon and tong. And this sort of tongbanya, this is like kind of the, like the, how to say, the purity. And like the essence is, you cannot to say, it's extraordinary. And itself has qualities of the clarities. And why it is like this? These clarities, it is the qualities. This is like kind of clarity is the purity. Purity is clarity. And that is like, of course, if we can to detail the purity, the clarity is the maybe path of the generation. Purity is the path of the dissolution. Or clarity is the path of the leap over. Purity is the path of the cutting through. That there is like kind of this terminal. Then if we can to look at this, all these qualities, all these things coming together, making like kind of the same instant, make liberation to become the Buddha, happy doing coffee. Oh, the long walk, Nene.
Anh không
What time now?